Childhood cancer, also known as pediatric cancer, affects children and adolescents under 19. Unfortunately, early detection remains a challenge due to symptoms that often resemble common illness or injuries. A childhood cancer diagnosis devastates not only the child, but also their entire family. The journey of battling childhood cancer is filled with overwhelming challenges and struggles. And we have joining us in the studio, Buluwatife Alfolaju, a childhood cancer survivor and advocate, to talk about all of the issues regarding childhood cancer. Good morning. It's good to have you join us. And you're looking pretty beautiful, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Now, no one would even think that you went through this kind of a struggle, but talk to us about the journey through it and how you survived.
Okay, it started in 2022. I had a seizure for the first time in my life, and like it was in the middle of the night. And like luckily for me, my cousin was in my room as at that moment, and then she alerted the house, something is wrong with Bulu. And then immediately I was rushed to the hospital. And then my doctor, this girl does not fall sick, at most malaria. There's definitely something wrong in the brain. That's why this seizure is happening. And an MRI was ordered for, so they took me to get an MRI, and then they found a tumor that was growing very big in my brain. But prior to that seizure, I had been having headaches, very severe headaches. I was always complaining, but I'll just take paracetamol to feel better at that moment. I was having headaches, and then the seizure happened like almost a year after, because the headaches were for as long as I could remember. Then the seizure happened, then I had the MRI, then I had to see a neurosurgeon. So they explained to me all of the things that were going to happen. They were going to try and take out as much of the tumor that they could take, because of the position of the tumor, they could not take everything. Then they told me that they will take as much as they can so that they don't alter my mobility, my legs and my hands. Then I would use chemo to reduce the
shrinkage.
Yeah, till it goes. So I was on radiation for 6 weeks, then I was on chemo for 1 year.
Wow.
And I was in my final year at the University of Lagos.
So how were you able to cope?
They advised me to defer.
Did you?
No, I did not.
You used to catch up?
I didn't have a choice. I'd been in UNILAG for too long. I didn't want to spend another year there, because I was not sure if I spend another year, the strike, what's going to happen? Am I going to spend another 2 years?
Because of our time, so
okay.
How do you see the need, how sacrosanct do you consider being a child cancer survivor advocate, when it comes to people suffering? You were lucky, I would say, and congratulations to that. A whole lot of people are still suffering from this. What is the, how sacrosanct is it for people to be aware about this childhood cancer, and where are we lacking in this country?
Very important information, because a lot of people, like she mentioned earlier, most people just mistake this for maybe regular sickness. Like I could have just thought or my parents could have just thought the seizure was maybe a spiritual problem and take me to church and pray, cast and bind, whatever it is. But like they took me to the hospital, and I believe that people should pay attention to their children and then visit pediatricians too, because they know these things. When they see the symptom, they know that this is off the regular. This is off the regular pattern of the illness. So pediatricians, awareness, more awareness. People need to know that there's something called, a lot of people don't know. Believe that maybe people growing old, especially in Nigeria, they believe that people that grow old, that people that have cancer, breast cancer, most people just know breast cancer, prostate cancer and all of that. Yeah.
So on a day like this, we know today is Valentine's Day, and today also coincides with, or tomorrow rather, is the day for the Zero Tolerance, that campaign that Dorcas Cancer Foundation is pushing forward. But the theme for this year is inspiring action. Now, how do we inspire action as a country? Now, I know you've talked about awareness. There's so much that needs to be done, even on the path of government, beyond parents taking. Do we have treatment centers? What are the actions you think government should take? And how can we show love to these people?
One major thing is accessibility of proper healthcare. Like, this thing should be made accessible to people in their environment, whereby they know that when they go to the hospital, because I went to a private hospital, but like when I walk into a federal hospital, I know that I'll be attended to adequately. Nobody's going to dismiss me, dismiss my symptoms.
Or delay you.
Or delay me, exactly. Like the nurses, doctors, the medical staff, they also have to be trained on all of this. These are the things that the government can do. Put these people through training, let them know that, because a lot of all this health, they dismiss people. Oh, you're just faking it.
Really?
Yeah. You're just faking it, you'll be fine.
Even if you go to a government hospital, rather than
except
private.
a pediatrician who is an expert in this part.
So proper training has to be done. Then I know we've spoken about the awareness, accessibility to these facilities. I don't need to travel all the way to Lut or Lasut from Igondo.
Right.
Because I want to know what's happening to my child.
Right.
These things should be made accessible to people around.
Readily available.
Right.
Now, the aspect of showing love to survivors or to those who are going through this, because today is Valentine's Day. What should be done?
One thing that I know is that stigmatization. I feel like people should, this is what awareness will also do. When people are aware of this, they will not stigmatize, like, oh, this girl suffered cancer, Jesus Christ. Or even relationships where I don't want to be with somebody that has gone through something like this. So like, the awareness still boils down to people knowing this, and then love comes in and more acceptance, even from the government, so they can help maybe financially, because the money that goes into this treatment is a whole lot.
Really?
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk to some of people who are struggling, who are probably in the current stage where you left. So how do you, address them? What do you say to people to watch out for when it comes to what they eat? Because there are some things you probably are not eating any longer. Or are you just taking anything?
I'm taking anything.
Oh, you're taking anything. So it's not looking at the environmental impact.
But when you were taking the treatment, I'm sure they would have told you to avoid certain things.
Not really.
Okay.
No, because you like everything. You like to take everything.
Not necessarily.
So nutrition is not key when it comes
to watching against.
Nutrition is key, but like then that lies with your medical team.
Oh, okay.
I think it also pertains to maybe the kind of cancer that you're dealing with.
Okay.
Mine was like a brain tumor, so like.
Okay.
So at the end of it all, it shows that you can always get out of the problem that you find yourself in.
So what's your word of encouragement to those who are going through this crisis at this point? So give a message.
Number one is, don't be scared of the fear. You have to embrace that fear, because it's normal. Someone like me now, I used to brag. I've never taken drip in my life before. I don't even know what it feels like to sleep in the hospital. Then one day I wake up and I'll be scared. So it is okay to be scared. Another thing is that you have to trust your medical team to do the job, because the treatment won't even work if you don't even trust it. And it's okay to also ask questions. You notice a new symptom, you go ahead and ask them. You have to also stay connected, embrace the support. Embrace the support. Initially, when it first happened to me, I did not like the whole attention, because I felt that they were just having pity on me. I didn't like it. But like, I began to embrace the support, and then they took care of me, my friends, my family. The third one is that you have to celebrate small victories, no matter how little it is, because I had to go for review monthly. I do an MRI, then I go to my neurosurgeon, they check the size, has it reduced? Then I go to my oncologist, they also check the size, has it reduced? And even if it reduces by 0.something centimeter, I'm still very excited. And that was, it kept on reducing until they told me there was nothing there again. the last thing is that you have to hold on to something. Mine was my faith. I held on to God because I knew that my life depended on that. And that was what kept me going. The prayers, communion with God. And I saw the result of that. I held on to God. Because you have to have that sense of purpose. Something that is like a driving force for you. You're holding on to it and you know that my life depends on this. Mine was my faith and it was God. I held on to God. I knew that He was going to heal me. I spoke, prayed, my family prayed, my friends prayed, my church.
Everyone came together to support
the support system is very important. That's what will keep you going. Even when you receive, there was a time that they told me that it looks like another tumor was growing. I remember making this statement to my mom that this chemo, because the side effects were too, I couldn't take it anymore. There were times I would throw up and throw up and throw up and throw up. I told my mom that if truly that they said that there's a new tumor there, I'm not going to start any treatment again. Let the worst happen. But at some point, I was
Thank God you're here.
Yeah.
You survived.
You survived. And it's on that note that we'll have to wrap up this conversation.
Okay.
Boluwatife Alfolaju, childhood cancer survivor and advocate, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And your name is so super. Boluwatife, how God wanted it.
Yes.
God wanted her to survive.
That's how He does His things.
Right.
That's right.
Great.